So I want to talk about how to get more done in your day as a PhD. And there's only two ways that you can possibly do this. The first one is in any given second you become more productive. And the next thing is you actually work more throughout the day. You work a longer day. And so we as PhDs, as academics, as researchers, we think that that is the recipe. What we're going to do is we're going to work a longer day because ultimately the amount that you actually get done in a given minute is somewhat fixed. It stays the same for who you are as an individual and where you are. But what you forget about and what you're doing is you're doing best practices, and what you're looking for is you're comparing yourself against other people and you're saying, hey, wait a minute, they have all of these publications, they've done all this kind of stuff, and here I am, I have nothing. I am a jerk, right? That's ultimately what happens. As soon as you come into any PhD program in any research productive environment, they're going to tell you that you are a jerk. They're going to tell you you're not good enough. They're going to tell you that you really are not accomplishing that much more and you should already have publications. That is the message. You need to already have publications. You need to actually get there today. And what you do is you focus on how much I can actually get done in a given day. So most of us, we buy into that as soon as we come in. We realize that we want to actually work harder. We want to look attractive to other people. That's what the job market says. That's what everybody is telling you. You need to be attractive to other people. So then you need to actually work more. You want to please other people. You want to become just like everybody else, or you want to become a rock star and be liked. And that's how you become liked in the academic game. You just work more, or you become more productive, as they say. And what that means is you just have more publications behind your name, more ideas that you've produced. So you go and you try to do that. And what you realize after a couple of years of trying to do that is, wait a minute, I'm no farther ahead than what I was before. And wait a minute, guess what? I'm a giant wreck. I don't know what to do with myself. I turned myself all around, and now I have no meaning in my life other than the stuff that I'm currently working on, and it is not working out for you. If you don't realize this, getting academic publications is not that easy, especially if you're doing something and trying to create really good ideas. It takes an awful lot of work. And what's going to happen is you're going to actually create this thing, put it out in the world, and somebody's going to reject it. And they're going to say that you suck. It happens every time, especially when you are a nobody. And that's what I want to talk about right now, is that what you have to realize is that the academic game, how it's all set up, the whole career is not the same for everybody. You cannot forget that. You need to focus on the fact that it is different for everybody in every position in every university. So, a good analogy to think about this is that you're a musician, right? So you go, and this might make more sense if you sort of think about it in this way. So somebody tells you as soon as you get into the music career, what you need to do is produce more hits. You just have to make more radio hits, so it's listened to all around. You're like, I don't know what to do. What the heck is that? So you go and you work really hard, and you work really hard, and you work really hard, and then you think you do a really good job, and you figure out, I can't do that because my hits, the only thing that I can possibly do is actually play in a club. But then if somebody told that to Justin Bieber, right, who's got this entire infrastructure, this massive infrastructure, or Christina Aguilera, they have this massive infrastructure behind them, and they say, produce some more hits. Okay, well then they get this large team that's probably more than 100 people, probably 1,000 people that's actually trying to produce content for them, that go about and write this song, and they Christina Aguilera and Justin Bieber and all those kind of folks, they don't do that much, right? The only thing that they do is once this entire thing has been created, they sit down, they actually sing the song, and then maybe they actually do a video at the end of it. So what you see is the entire infrastructure, how this actually plays out for them, is different. And then once they create that song, they put it on the radio. Somebody puts it on all of the top 10 radio stations all across the country, and all of a sudden it becomes a hit. But you, as a person that's a musician, that's trying to play songs and learning how to do this, and you're starting up from the get-go, you're just playing in the bar. So as you see that these are fundamentally different things. They're different ways of actually working and different ways of doing things. The perfect illustration, I want you to do this right now, is if you are feeling behind, you feel like you can't do something, or somebody else is so much more productive, has more productivity than you, go and watch this. There's this great show on TV called Undercover Boss. And I want you to just go and watch that show. All of these bosses that they get, they're CEOs, they're rock stars, right? They've run this company, they've got thousands of employees. They go work in the front line. When they go and work in their franchise, they're a disaster. They can't do nothing, and most of the time they actually get fired or getting close to fired for the behaviors that they're doing in that franchise. And that's because the work is fundamentally different. There's something different behind what they're doing compared to what somebody else is doing. And now you can't see that, but that is exactly what's going on within the academic game. It's fundamentally different. There are very stark differences between you and somebody else. So why even go there and compare yourself and play this academic game? All you need to do is work throughout the day, do your thing, have a couple of meals, get some exercise, spend some time with your family, and go home. That's it. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's all you need to do is repeat that day in and day out and forget about the rest of the nonsense. All of that other stuff will solve itself and figure itself out. And guess what? If you don't get to someplace, well, you lived a really good life. You lived the life that everybody would envy. Is that you actually lived a good life where you were nice to people, you were kind, you did your thing, you had a great group of friends and family that you were around, and that's all that matters. All right, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. All right, take care. Bye.